I'm trying to keep my cool and not cry and be positive, but Belgucci has been getting really sick. He don't really know what's going on with her. She biaxial. Sorry. She's been losing a lot of her quills. And at first I wasn't concerned because she quills a lot during the change of the season, especially towards summer. Quilling is when hedgehogs naturally lose their quills, and it's something they do a lot, and they get replaced with new ones. And every time she quills during this season, she gets a little like patchy, and I can see to her skin a lot more easier, but it's also, you know, getting warmer, and with the change of the season she has to, you know, get used to that. But she has whole big patches of no quills, and it happened so suddenly because I've been keeping an eye on her, obviously, but she's been at my dad's, so I only see her really on the weekends, and it was looking bad. And she's old. I've had her for about 5 years. The hedgehog lifespan is 5 to 8 to 10 years, so I'm a little emotional. But I'm taking her to work with me today at the vet, because one of the vets I work with does pocket pets, and she said she'd take a look at Belgucci. But I'm just so nervous. I really need her to be okay. She's my baby. But so she's at mom's. Can you see her? Oh, she's behind the fan. Here. There she is. And I gave her a bath yesterday with or an oatmeal bath, and that's supposed to be really good for their skin, but I don't know, so we'll see. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I'm in the car outside of my house. I probably won't cry now that I put the camera on, and that's why I kind of put the camera on. Sorry if I look gross. I just got off an 8-hour shift at the vet clinic. But here's Belgucci. Oh fuck, throwing my phone, sorry. Here's Belgucci, all strapped in next to me. She's really tired. She's sleeping in there. I don't know if you can see her. She had a long day of tests and pokes and prods. And she's Belgucci, and she's my baby. So just like me, she is not a people person. Sorry that I'm shaking. Whatever. Which I kind of felt bad about. I told the doctor, I was like, hey, just so you know, like the second I pull her out of her carrier, there's a high chance she's gonna poop and pee everywhere, because that's one of her defense mechanisms. And also, she's not friendly. Not friendly. Although I've tried, because see, I even have this backpack because I wanted her to be like an outside hedgehog. We're gonna go on so many adventures together, but she's just not up to it, and I'm not gonna push her because that's not her personality. She's my little spoiled brat, and she's my baby. But anyway, this guy's walking by judging me talking to myself in my car. Your dog is really cute. So we started with a skin scrape to see if there were mites or bacteria, and sorry, I don't know how to say this without sounding conceited, but because I'm in this field, and also I've done a bajillion hours of research on hedgehogs, I've been keeping an eye out for mites. I haven't seen any signs of mites, but of course it's easier to tell on a microscope. And they found no mites, and they found a little bit of bacteria, not enough to make them concerned about a bacterial infection. But she was concerned that we could come up with a secondary infection because of how bad her skin is. Sorry. For reference, I'll put up some pictures. Trigger warning. I don't think there's any blood, but it's a little gross. But here you go. Here's what she looks like, and it came on so suddenly, which I think I've already told you, but so there was nothing of concern on those. And she also did a look. There was like a clump of dried something in her ear, like earwax crust, something weird there. So then she was hoping maybe that's where the bacteria or the infection, whatever's going on, was stemming from, but she didn't find anything of note in there. Of course. Sorry, everyone's texting me because they all know that I'm really struggling with this because this is my baby. I can't lose her. Like, she was gonna come up to Minneapolis next year. She was gonna be my apartment pet. We were gonna take on sophomore year together. And I was gonna start getting her more used to car rides because we have a 4-hour car ride. And I was gonna buy her a special bath so she can still have her little swims. But to treat the bacteria that's there and to stop it from becoming a secondary infection, I'm about to go buy a medicated-ish shampoo to keep her from it. They had some at my work, but they have 8-ounce bottles, and 8 ounces is pretty big, and she's little. So I told them, I was like, I mean, I'm buying this one way or another, but is there any place you know that sells it any smaller? Can you order it here smaller? And then they found me one on Chewy to get that's over the counter, which is really easy because then I didn't have to write a prescription. The doctor didn't have to write a prescription. I'm not a doctor. But anyway, we took another culture from her quills and the flake coming off her skin to see if maybe she has a ringworm. So that'll take 2 weeks-ish to get results on. I'm really hoping it's ringworm because otherwise she just has some strange illness. I'm sorry, this is really hard. If she has something internal going on, then we have to do, quality of life check. Is she doing okay without quills if she loses them all? Is she gonna stay healthy? And is she gonna stay happy? The doctor was optimistic because she's still eating, she's still drinking, she's still exploring, she's eating her treats. She gets so excited still every time we put food in the bowl. But I'm gonna have my sad moment and then suck it up. And I'm gonna give Pilgucci the best possibly last 2 weeks of her life that I can. God, this sucks. I know that she's reaching the end of her lifespan at about 5 years, but I wasn't ready. I thought I had at least a year left. Or at the very, very least, I thought I'd make it through the summer. Sorry. It sucks to lose a pet, and I've had her for like 4 or 5 years. She's my baby. And I'm so excited for us to continue, and I get her back. I finally got her back, and I'm losing her. I ate all my ice cream, so I can't even eat my feelings anymore. And I just want to sit and cuddle her all night, but she's had a really long day, and I don't want to stress her out anymore so she feels worse, so I'll let her go back to bed. Sucks. I guess I'll be back if I get another update. Axel, you look like you're trying to cause problems. Hello everyone. It's been a hot second since I updated you, so I figured I'd do it while cleaning Belle Gucci's cage and giving her her little medicated bath. So let me just set you up and we will get going. Okay, so I know this isn't a great angle, but life is chaotic right now. I'm moving, everything's going on with Belle Gucci, there's personal stuff, so we just go with the flow and what we can do. So basically, for Belle Gucci, I've had this Duoxo shampoo that I've been putting like half a squirt into her bath, her warm bath, and mixing it in with the water because it's a strong dose because it's made for dogs and cats, not hedgehogs, you know. You'll see as give you a little update on the ringworm situation. So there she is. I don't want to tip her up too much, she doesn't like it, but having some quill growth, as you can see, like no scales anymore. It was hard to find the right balance between too much bathing and not enough bathing, and I'd like to bump her back up to 2 baths a week. My schedule has just been a lot for that. And I've been really tired lately, but 1 bath a week seems to be enough to stave off the scalies. I think 2 baths a week might just do a little bit better for her. I'm just scrubbing her down with the toothbrush, which she loves. But any more than 2 baths a week and she gets horrible, stinky, gross diarrhea. But the good news is, at the moment, she's not dying, right? She's doing actually really well. Put her on a diet, so hopefully her mobility will increase a little bit. She'd been living with my dad, and he'd been overfeeding her a little bit. And for those who don't know, I'm looking to upgrade her cage soon because she had a wheel, and I would let her out a lot to walk around the room. That won't be as much the case in the apartment, and she doesn't use the wheel as much. So we're trying to upgrade and let Belle Gucci live a big life. But long story short is she survived, and we're doing okay, and we're making it to Minneapolis. Hopefully. I hope she can last 2 weeks. 13 days. 12 actually, I think. Not the point. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this emotional roller coaster of a journey. I hope you guys enjoyed. And leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions for Belle Gucci's new cage setup. Thank you guys again for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.